you know,
The database may
than like the
confirm the
morning of.
origin of these
I don't know.
banknotes.
No need. I included them when I continued my investigation.
Excellent.
Also, it's been 6 hours. Can't believe it's been 6 hours. The phrase blow smoke up your ass is from an actual treatment of pumping tobacco smoke into the patient's ass with a bellows? No way. I like getting into bed clean. Yeah, that too. Yeah. Find serial numbers of the dollar bills among the photos of Joanna's phone. Okay. NA 215. Is that the serial number? Or I'm assuming that's what that is. But that's not here. There's 174 and 1000 we can select. I'm right there. Give me like 36 hours. And I'm in Canada. I'm just showering, Fab. You can join me. Oh, big fan of the nightly shower over morning. Absolutely. Although my hair's not a night shower fan because see, that's the thing. That's the thing about my hair is that like I'll shower before I go to bed and when I wake up my hair will look greasy. It won't necessarily feel it. It'll just feel soft and kind of have a shine, but I just don't feel clean the way my hair is the next morning. So, I don't know. Like if it's early morning, I just deal with it. But if I do have time to shower before I go out somewhere and I'm not too tired and I actually care enough, then I will. But it depends, where am I going? How much do I care? You know? Wait until you hear about the treatment where a patient is suspended into the air by pins screwed into the skull. That's not an old medical procedure. That's modern medicine. Patient is suspended in the air by pins screwed into the skull. What are you talking about? But also, like, can I switch?
Come on, Joanna. That's a rookie mistake.
Like, she's clearly got more pictures here. Can I swap? Because I don't think these are it. I don't understand. Is that not the serial number? Like, what else would it be? Because there's no NA215.
No,
I don't get
did
it.
Something wrong.
Click and drag. No, it's like I'm supposed to select the right ones.
No, this isn't.
I don't know. I'm just gonna go down the list.
Joanna. No, this is. Come on, Joanna. I don't need. No,
See, they're all wrong.
I don't
Then
need
what?
No, Joanna. That doesn't track.
But I can't. But I can't like click the next thing or the what? Oh, what? Oh.
Come on, Joanna. That's a rookie mistake.
Oh, okay. Oh. Okay. Is treatment for spinal issues? Halo gravity traction is a treatment for compressed or curved spine that can work well with children. A lot of medicine is really horrifying. Oh, I'm sure. Okay, so NA2, it's not that. Mm, 215, this one?
Score. 1 for the good guys.
And then 215. This one
That's it.
too.
No rookie mistake there.
And then oh, no, that was the first one. What other 215 is there? NA 215 this here?
Score.
Okay.
1 for the good guys.
Bone surgeons have hammers and chisels.
Monsieur Poirot,
Yeah.
it's part of the ransom money from the Armstrong case.
Yeah, I know, because when my
I
dad
suppose
had
not. So Ratchet
a
had
quadruple
an account of the
bypass, they have to
bounty
break
It
the
would
sternum.
seem so. He
So-
knew the serial numbers on the banknotes could be traced, and he could not spend it. So he stashed it there.
But now he's run low, something he didn't count on. He hopes enough time has passed so he can begin to spend the ransom money.
There is something else he didn't count on.
What's that?
He didn't count on you, Detective Locke, and your tenacity.
Thank you. But we are still left with a murderer on the loose.
But we progress. We know Mr. Wadi had an appointment with Ratchet. He had a bag full of money and a passport with Ratchet's photo, but a new name. What is your opinion about the passport?
I discovered that he was arrested in Armenia for trafficking in stolen art and was supposed to be arraigned in January. Once again, he changed his identity and vanished.
You are correct, mademoiselle. He also told me that he was threatened, and that threatening letter we found in his room was real. He had to disappear once again.
Why did the murderer leave the money? It's too risky to take it.
The bag isn't very big. He could have easily run away with it. If he didn't take it, it was deliberate. He wasn't interested in the money. If the motive wasn't money, it leaves passion or revenge for motive.
So, Detective Locke, what do you think? Passion or revenge?
Revenge seems like an obvious motive to me. The murderer carefully followed Wadi from the fountain to the new meeting place despite Wadi's precautions. That is cold and careful.
You know you'd got a winner of a fictional product
We
when
cannot
you
yet
give your
know for
sales pitch
certain,
for it
but
and the
that
light
is a sound
dies in your friend's
psychological
eyes.
analysis.
When she puts down her beer
We
and
have
says, I
an
think I'm
idea
done
of the
drinking for a
motive.
while,
It is
you know
the
you've
same
created something
motive
so
as that of our
reprehensible
12 would-be
that it's
murderers on the
perfect, just,
train.
it's
But
so
we
beautiful that you have to
still must
use it in
know
a
who
story.
was under that mask.
A murderer who killed Ratchet? Murderer hired by Ratchet.
What if Ratchet hired a hitman to kill Wadi in order to not leave a witness?
An interesting possibility, but it is much more likely that Mr. Wadi's killer is also Ratchet's killer.
Of course, if the two were stabbed in revenge, and both are tied to the Armstrong case.
Yes, so our murderer is linked to the Armstrong case. The money is linked to the Armstrong case. But these glasses that I found in the bag, they must have something to do with this
I think
case
those are
too.
the nannies,
Those
actually,
glasses mean something to me.
because we found her empty case the last time we were there, so... Yeah.
Wait, I know. I've seen these. They belong to Suzanne Moreau, little Daisy's nurse. I remember seeing them in her bedroom, but they were gone the
Not
day she
nurse,
died.
nanny.
I remember the press saying that the nurse had committed suicide.
The nanny.
I always believed otherwise, and the glasses
That's
are
a
proof that
mistake.
she was killed by Ratchet.
It was the nanny,
or
not
his
the
accomplice.
nurse.
He took those glasses. I
The nurse
always
was a
had
different
gut
woman.
feeling, but now, Mr. Poirot, now I have proof Suzanne was innocent.
Yes, you do. But the question I ask myself is this. Why did Ratchet keep these glasses?
Trophies of his victims? Future fake evidence?
Ratchet used to leave fake evidence at the scene of his crimes to incriminate others. He did the same thing to frame Suzanne.
Possibly. But keeping an object belonging to his victim
Okay,
as a
buddy.
souvenir
Then
of
just
the
tell
murder,
me why
that
the
is
behavior is the
of a
way it
fetishist.
is.
Now that you mention it, in my
Don't gotta
investigation
drag
at the
this
time,
out.
I had already found Daisy's hair clip in Ratchet's cabin, and now we find Suzanne's glasses in a bag for Ratchet.
2 objects from 2 victims of Ratchet. He is a trophy hunter.
Okay, we managed to clear up some of the gray areas. What now?
The bag only contained a fraction of the $1 million ransom of the Armstrong case. The rest must still be in a secure place.
Balls at the ready.
I will make
Get your
a
balls
wager
ready.
with you that it is the Banque du Lac in Geneva where Mr. Wadi worked.
Wadi was also the keeper of Ratchet's secrets. They were killed by the same...
Sizzlipede, C-tier fire bug,
Well, there
a
is
feather or
nothing more we can
netball
do
will
here
do for
except-
this. I don't like Sizzlipede. He's too... centipede.
Wait for the police. Prepare yourself for a long evening with the police. We have a lot of explaining to do.
And after that?
A visit to Geneva, perhaps?
Chapter 9. Wouldn't there be snow in December in Venice? I feel like... Doesn't it snow?
Here you are at last. I was worried about you.
We just left the police station. We had to explain to the Italian police that we were not murderers.
What? Another murder?
I'll tell you when we're on the way. Are all passengers and staff aboard?
Yes, everyone is here. We were waiting for you.
Excellent.
Porn parody of the
Let's not
human
waste
centipede
any more
called
time.
Hands-On...
We have to make a
No.
longer than usual
No.
stop in Lausanne.
No,
What?
thank you.
How long?
Long enough to do a little banking in Geneva.
Delta, Andy, Dominus, and Bubsy.
But this is
The very
madness.
horny
The
caterpillar.
13th murderer of Ratchet?
Mon ami, he was not well liked.
But Monsieur Michel would have seen anyone enter Ratchet's compartment. And there were another 10 people milling about, taking their turn at stabbing him. How could they not notice an uninvited killer?
Smoked and
The 13th killer could have acted when Michel was smoking on the platform at Vinkovsky. But even after the train departed, Michel was absent from his post at the end of the corridor several times the night of the murder. I must know where he really was and when.
Well, I thought the whole idea was that that person in the mask was...
Oh, stay focused.
Okay.
We have evidence that he is still on the train. Yes.
But
he
you
must
also-
certainly return to the train.
How can you be sure?
It's obvious. I mean, I hope Mr. Poirot agrees.
Please continue, Detective Locke.
He ran in the direction of the Venezia railway station. His best ticket out of Italy is aboard the train. There's no one missing on the train.
The train is French. The murder took place in Slovenia, and the victim's body is in Italy. Jurisdiction won't be sorted out before the train reaches Paris. The murderer is probably content to sit tight aboard the train until Paris, where he can disappear.
It is undoubtedly a possibility, but we have no proof.
While I was chasing him, he was clearly running in the direction of Venice Station, where the Orient Express was waiting.
Very possibly, but it is not much in the way of proof, mademoiselle.
Okay, can this guy
All
just
the
tell me
passengers
then?
and crew are still aboard. If the killer
He
of
just
Mr.
wants to
Wadi
correct
had
everything
remained in
that she
Venice,
says.
we would have noticed right away that someone was missing, and we could have alerted the authorities.
I promise you, I made certain everyone was aboard before we embarked.
Book, calm yourself.
Calm myself? But we're back where we started. There is still another murderer on my train. Wait a moment. Can I change my mind about my verdict? Can we turn everyone over to the police?
Everyone? Including ourselves?
What? No. 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 Oh, it's a nightmare.
Let us take it step by
About a
step,
man's
my
soul
friend.
transferred
We
into a
can
large piece
start
of construction
by
equipment,
eliminating all of the
and his
members
quest
of
to
the
get his
Ratchet
body
Troop.
back and finally get laid. Who are the 12 people who are both Ratchet's jury and executioners? Right, she was guilty? No, not her, him. Masterman wasn't there, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12 juries and executioners. Wait, no, he was.
That was easy. If we eliminate the 12 jurors, we are left with 7 additional suspects.
Yeah,
7.
including him.
It's still too many.
I agree. We must reduce our list.
Excuse my impatience, Poirot. It's as if my beautiful train is cursed. Can you exonerate any of the 7?
I guess no is supposed to be the answer, even though I don't
Worked
trust him.
hard to get me aboard the train. He is definitely not a suspect.
I'd say no.
Mademoiselle Locke cannot be a suspect. She pursued Mr. Waddy's murderer.
He could be, but he said he doesn't know anyone, so...
Dr. Constantine alerted me to the 13th stab wound. He is not a suspect. Et voilà.
Okay. So that
I
means
have
there's
4
4.
suspects left who I must now examine.
That
more
means
closely.
Fauché,
Miss Nielsen,
Yeah.
Monsieur Maury, Monsieur Fauché, and
the
Countess
chef,
Andrény.
the barman.
One of my employees? Suspicious?
All 3 got off the train in Venice to
Freya,
restock
the
supplies.
pastry
Any
chef.
one of them might have slipped away without being noticed.
I suppose. But what of Countess Andrény? You cleared her yourself.
She is
His
clear
name is
of
John
the
Deere.
first murder, but we know little of her movements here in Venice. So we still have 4 suspects to interview. Detective Locke?
I can't join you, Poirot. My chief saw something on the news about the case and my involvement. He's demanding an explanation. If I want to keep my badge, I have to call him.
Okay.
Then you must do so by all means.
I'm sorry.
No need to apologize. I understand.
I'll make the call from my compartment. If you're looking for me, I'll be there.
I hate to say this, Poirot, but I must. There is, of course, one other suspect with a motive for murder. The ransom money.
You mean Detective Locke? Then who did she chase? Who killed Aziz? We both saw the masked murderer standing over the body.
Okay. Interrogate Mr. Fauché. To the bar we go. But also... anything else I can look up? Look. Red Gatsby. Yeah, we looked at this last time. Okay.
Doctor, I need to question Countess Andrény.
I'm afraid that won't be possible, Mr. Poirot. The Countess had an anxiety attack when we arrived in Venice. She was terrified the police would come for her and her husband, despite how you concluded your investigation. I had to give her a sedative. She has been sleeping since.
You have stayed with her all the time we were in Venice?
Count Andreni begged me to watch over her. I have not left this room.
You're the reason she's in this state.
Book voted to absolve you all. I accepted his verdict.
I told her. I tried to reason with her. What she has already suffered, the strain of these last few days, it was too much.
I understand, Count. It's quite all right. I have the answers I came for.
Okay. So that means 3.
Ah, Michel. I have a few more questions to ask you, if you will allow me.
Anything, Monsieur Poirot. We are in your debt.
Let us review the actual timeline of the night of Ratchet's murder, not the one manufactured to hide your crime.
I left the train in Minkowski for a smoke. Then I resumed my post. That was the truth. The train departed on schedule. But then, of course, an avalanche of snow blocked the tracks. At 12:45, Madame Hubbard and I met in her compartment to discuss how to adapt our plan.
Due to the snow and Poirot.
The little play we had staged for you had to be rewritten. I left her compartment at approximately 1:15.
Then the curtain went up. Calls in the night, the red kimono.
Yeah, there are
all
babies in
for my
here.
benefit.
And all for nothing, as it turned out.
Do not blame yourself, Michel. I am the theater critic no playwright wants to see in the audience. Please tell me your movements when we were stopped at Venice Station.
Once the compartments were cleaned and the linen refreshed, I stayed in my quarters.
Did you notice anything special? Comings and goings?
Monsieur Bouc had asked everyone to stay in their compartments. I would occasionally walk the train to ensure everyone was comfortable. Oh, I saw Monsieur Maury was all alone loading his crates of provisions. A great chef like that, reduced to petty labor, I would have helped him. But Monsieur Bouc had ordered me not to leave the train for any reason. So, Monsieur Maury was forced to labor alone.
Okay. Shit. Mustache? No. Ooh, doodles. Hello.
Neodoodlers just raided with 11 viewers.
Thank you for the raid. Welcome. How was your stream? Jerry Gold, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. Thank you, Delton. Oh, I accidentally did my last thing. I was trying to. Happy belated birthday. Thank you. Thank you. You're so sweet for remembering. I'll be lurking. Thank you so much for the lurk. Hello, JTMC. Thank you so much. How was your stream? What were you playing? Says Okami. How was that? Stream was fun, but I made the mistake of starting when I was starving, so it was a short one. Fair. These days, I just eat on stream. But yes, a wonderful person that you should all go follow because he's great and he's fun to hang out with and chat with and plays quite a variety of games. Definitely a Pokemon nerd. We tried Okami for the first time. It was very pretty, but a little slow to start. Willing to try it again, though. Okay. How has your stream been going? It's been all right. I can't believe it's been 6.5 hours, but it's been going good. Just kind of chilling. We're doing a detective-y type game. Agatha Christie's Murder on the Orient Express. It's a really long game. I've done several streams with this game. And we're still only like, I think this is chapter 9 out of 13. So yeah, it's long. And at this point, it's like we solved like the main mystery, but now it's just stretching out on a limb for this mystery 13th murder. I don't know. There was a guy they killed and like 12 of them all took a turn stabbing him. It's a long story, but he deserved it. And then they found a 13th. I'm back-ish, still working, just been busy. Oh, you're fine. It is interesting. It's definitely fun and it's interesting. But there's a lot of details that you have to remember too. And just in it's
Bowls at
like
the
you have
ready.
to pay attention. Gotta lurk though. Yes, go enjoy dinner. Rest and, you know, take care of yourself. Thank you so much for the raid.
Very well. I didn't mean to.
We have a mischievous C-tier ghost type. You can use a feather or phantom ball. I will throw for this, I guess. Do I have any feather balls left? Yeah.
Many years of piano lessons thanks to my mother. I try to play in a few clubs in Paris when I get the chance, but as you can see, it hasn't made me rich. What can I do for you?
Conversation only. Tell me again about your poker game the night of the murder.
It's a regular game to help relax after a long day. Let's see, we started around 11 p.m. We took a short break in Vinkovsky. Hotaru, Pierre, and I. The game finished up around 2 a.m. We'd all had quite a bit to drink. Ah, yes, I left for about 10 minutes to refrigerate champagne for the next day. That must have been around 1 a.m.
May I see your knives?
Of course, they are here.
If you don't mind.
Help yourself. They are under the bar counter.
Tell me about your time in Venice.
I had Monsieur Book's permission to see my sister. She lives in Marghera, just outside of Venice. She had a baby a few weeks ago. This was my first chance to meet my new nephew.
Monsieur Book gave you permission?
Yes, you can ask him.
Most assuredly, I will. What time did you leave, and when did you return?
Me,
around
Dahlia,
9,
and
10
Dominus caught
I
it.
was
Sorry
back
if you
by
missed.
10:45 p.m. When I got back, Hotaru was in a lot of pain. I gave him a back massage.
That would have been enough time to kill Monsieur Wadi and return to the train.
Okay, let's check out his knives, I suppose.
None of these come close to the wounds on either body.
Yay! Yes. I've always liked Misdreavus. It is a cool Pokemon.
You told Fauché he could go into Venice?
Marghera, actually. Not so far away. It was his only chance to see his sister. He's been working every train for weeks. There is never time to see the new baby.
Enough, Book. Your heart does you credit, but your common sense, it...
I know. But it's fine. Isn't it? He did come back.
Oh, it's fine, as you say. Unless he saw the baby, then killed someone else and returned to the train.
But that's monstrous.
Murder is always monstrous, my friend.
Mustache? I don't see a mustache.
Saffron. It must be worth a small fortune. Good evening, Monsieur Mori. May I have a moment of your time? I have a few questions to ask.
We know
you.
the least about him.
As long as you don't mind if dinner is ruined.
I promise.